What's up, Saints and Sinners? Man, prayers up, man, for my nephew, Lil Wizz. Um, you know, Wiz been down maybe 30, 31 years, something like that. Started off on death row, came down, and and shout out to, his attorneys and stuff, man, that have fought for his innocence, fought for his, you know, fought for his freedom, for many, 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 all these years, and I can't thank them enough, man. Being very knowledgeable about the law and knowing that, my nephew pretty much followed me, into the, to the injustice of the court system, just like I had, I was clueless, and uneducated when they got their hands on me, but now we're grown, and shouts out to him, shouts out to my homie Lil Vamp, and the dudes on that on the yards that they own, man, and that, Tiny Spike, man, I really would like to see these dudes free, get them. I'd like to see them. They are the ones that are, pursuing redemption, that are, understand what that, what that lifestyle is, understand what that business is, understand what remorse is, understand what amends are, understand, the everything that you need, to make it out here, but I'm praying that, that my nephew, he has a court date coming up, and I'm praying that, he follow me home too, follow me here too, he followed me into that lifestyle, him, Lil Mikey, Lil Damien, Schoolboy, all these little dudes, follow me, into that business, watch me in that business, man, and these dudes are the people that I wrote my letters of amends to when they asked me, well, you need to, what have you made amends? I and I just felt that, those dudes that I introduced to that lifestyle of blind loyalty, I wanted to apologize to them, to them dudes personally, and I had wrote, I wrote each of them, man. I wrote each of them a letter before I went to, to the parole board. My nephew, all of them basically got back and basically said the same thing, that, they chose to do things that they did, and it is what it is, man, and but that's why it was important for me from the gate for them to see me walk my walk, man, even from Calipatria level 4 yard, I became my own 83rd Street. I knew what I was supposed to do and not supposed to do, but I retired from that active duty, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to understand what it meant, and it's a bigger picture, the revolution will not be televised, you know what I mean? And so I understand, I know, and it was one of the hardest walks I had to walk, which is the walk towards freedom and redemption, man, and so I just hope that, my nephew, I hope that God see it fit, that he follow suit too, and that he too get to see his mother, one more time, you know what I mean, just as I got the chance, but nothing comes without sacrifice, man, and I sacrificed my daddy, man, I didn't never see my daddy again, and so you know, it's a heavy price, man. It's a heavy price to pay for that business. But to get my nephew back, man, that's one of my, that's the other little Mikey, man. But just to get him back, man, and get another crack at one of them little Michaels, man, and see him, grow and be successful, man, and show what real amends and real redemption, looks like, But yeah, I just wanted to say, prayers up for him. Prayers up for his attorneys. May they put up a good fight. May God see fit, to bring my nephew back to me.